Mostly, let's going to talk about your upcoming shows here in Spain, all right?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, Axel Rudi Pell, as the band, is well known for an extensive discography with more than 20 records along the years. However, if we talk about playing live, especially outside Germany and especially in Spain, it's very difficult to see Axel Rudi Pell. Why haven't you toured more outside Germany in all those years? Why it has been so difficult to see you, for example, in Spain?
What you tell me, it's not true because we played several times in Spain. The first time, I think it was a long time ago in the 90s. We played there. We played there in the 2000s in Bergara, Madrid, Barcelona. We played the Barcelona Rock Fest in 2018 or 19, I can't remember. And now we're playing this year. We're playing again in Barcelona and Madrid, and we're looking very forward to it. And on the other hand, we're not only playing in Germany, we're playing in Sweden, we're playing in Switzerland, we're playing in the Netherlands, we played in, first time we played now in Turkey, then we play in, I don't know, in Italy. So we were all over the place, not only Germany.
Yeah. I'm here for a long time, and I have seen you twice. I saw you in two festivals in Spain, in Rock Machina Festival back in 2001,
Yeah.
24 years ago. And the
Yeah.
second time I saw you in Rockfest Barcelona in 2018. It was 7 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go into talk. What can the fans expect in Spain from the upcoming shows in March in Barcelona and Madrid? What can the fans expect? How can you tell them, or you had to come to the shows?
Because we're playing the best of set because the people love to hear the old tracks as well as a few brand new tracks from the last record with Symbol, of course. So it's a combination. We're giving more than 100%. We're playing for nearly 2 hours, or maybe sometimes over 2 hours. We're giving lots of energy, and you will be very excited, I think. I think the set list is great, and I hope the fans will love it. I think so. Yeah, don't miss it.
You had told me that you are going to play a couple of songs of the new record,
Yeah.
Rise and Symbol.
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell me what songs, or it's a
No, I
surprise?
won't. Then you know it. No.
All right.
I think it's two and a half, as far as I remember.
All right.
Or three and a half. Yeah.
Let's going to talk about the last record, Rising Symbol, was released last year. How has it been received by the fans? Are you satisfied with the result of this new record?
Absolutely, the fans love it because I never saw any bad comment about it because the people say, "Wow, that's really cool songs this time. It's different from the albums before." Sometimes, I put three different rhythm guitars in one track. It's a little different than the ones before, but the people love it. They go nuts. Yeah.
I've been surprised because you have included a cover of Led Zeppelin Immigrant Song.
Yeah.
Because you have released, I reckon, a couple of cover records. And it's been surprising that you have included a cover in one of your studio records. Why did you decide to include this Zeppelin track?
This track I always loved since it came out. I think it was 1972 by Led Zeppelin. It always followed me over the years. But I never found the right time to say now it's a good idea to make the cover version now. But during the recording of the last album, because of the Egyptian kind of Arabian scales in their musical wise, I say, whoa, that's a good idea to make it now. And of course, we did a different version. The original track is only 2.5 minutes long. We made a longer track, put a guitar solo in it. There's no guitar solo in the original one, and make it a little bit more exciting, I think. And the people loved it, So yeah.
All right, great. One of the special things about Axel Rudi Pell as a band is the lineup. It is very stable, very solid lineup. Four of the members have been together since the last century, I reckon, since '98. How have you got this solid bond between the members of the band? How is that? How have you got it to be so stable, this lineup all together, always together?
I forced them with big money, No, I'm kidding. No, the secret behind it. Sorry, I have to take another cigarette. No, I'm kidding. The secret behind this is that we're not living together in one city because everybody lives in a different part of the world. You have two Americans in the band. We don't see each other very often, and that's the reason that's the reason why it works. Because when we get together after a couple of months, we say, "Hey, how are you?" and everybody tells different stories, some jokes, and whatever happened. And it's so great to get back together. And then after a couple of weeks, when the tour is over, everybody goes to different parts of the world. That's great because we don't drive the others nuts. When, for example, when I used to be in a band called Steeler in the 80s, we saw each other every day because we rehearsed every fucking day, and it gets boring. Say, I don't like to play now. I can't see this motherfucker today. Get rid of him or whatever. But now it's so different. It's totally different, and that's great. I love it.
Yeah. I think you're the bass player Walker from the Steeler days back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, even longer. I know him since 1978.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's a solid friendship, I can imagine.
Yeah, but we're not married.
Yeah. Okay. We talk a little bit about the singer Johnny Joeli. Besides a great singer, he's a great showman. He's very dynamic on the stage. He's running around. How could you define Johnny Joeli, and how is your relationship with Johnny?
Oh, he's great. He's a great guy. He's a very nice and friendly guy. Sometimes he's a little over the top when it's concerning when somebody smokes in his near. He's almost like, I say, fuck you, motherfucker. Once in, he's crazy about smoking. He hates smoking. I know that. But anyway, we were at the airport in Barcelona outside, and we went from the shuttle to go to the inside the airport, and there were a few people outside smoking, and he had to go through it, and he was like, I said, whoa, Jesus, it's so embarrassing. Whatever, who cares? But he's a very nice and friendly guy, absolutely professional musician, and he's a funny guy, and I love to work with him. It's very easy to work with him. It's great.
He's very active with his other band Hardline in the last night. For example, we saw him in November in Spain in the festival in León. Is a problem for the schedules between Hardline and Axel Rudi Pell, or is not a problem?
Not a problem, because he always told me that his main priority is ARP, our band. And when we're doing a tour, for example, we're setting up a few shows. We make it 1 year, even 1 year before, and there's plenty of time, so he can build his Hardline shows or whatever around that our schedule. So no problem at all. No.
Mm-hmm. And with 2 Americans in the band, have you thought about playing in the States? Any show?
Yeah, but I have 2 Americans. I always ask the guys, what do you think? Should we play over there in your country? And they're both telling me, apart from each other, no, because you will lose money. The market in America for this kind of music is over. So no chance. Yeah.
Okay. You will talk a little bit about the past of Axel Rudi Pell. I know the band since the 90s. Do you keep in touch with your previous singers? For example, Charlie Hume, Rob Rock, Jeff Scott Soto. Are you still in contact with them?
No, once in a while, it happens that I see Rob Rock or Jeff Scott Soto on a festival when you're playing there with different bands. We say, "Hi, how are you?" We're still friends, We don't have any bad conversation, nothing at all. So we're still friends, but I don't write him or phone him every time, It happened that by accident that we see each other when they said, "Hi, how are you?" Yeah. With Charlie Hume, I lost the contact. I think he retired from the band Foghat, and that's the last thing I heard. I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't know.
Okay. And you always have very good musicians, always, especially, for example, the drummers. You had George Michael in the 90s, Mike Terrana later, and since the last 10 or 12 years, Bobby Rondinelli. Yeah. Do you consider any of them have brought different styles to Axel Rudi Pell?
I think Bobby is a perfect drummer for my band, because he, with the other drummers, I always had to explain the rhythm. When we're in the studio, there's a new song, we say, listen, I want to have it this and that way. I don't know what you mean. Can you make it a little bit more? I don't know. But with Bobby, it's totally different. He comes into the room in the studio, he listens to the track, and then I know exactly what you mean, what you want me to play there, motherfucker. And he went behind his drums playing. Exactly, because we have the same musical taste and we're on the same musical level. So he knows exactly what I want, and he's great. I love him. Love you, Bobby.
Do you have any kind of contact with Jörg and Mike Terrana, or not contact?
No, I think Jörg used to. I don't know if he's still a drummer. I don't know if he's still drumming. He did some technical support or whatever for the Wacken Festival. I saw him there, but we only said hi because he was very busy. And with no contact with Mike Terrana at all. No.
All right, all right. We have been talking about the covers. You have done the Led Zeppelin cover this record, and you have released some cover records. I am curious about one particular because you released a cover from the band Riot, the American
Yeah,
band Riot. You
yeah,
did Warrior. Do you
yeah.
like especially this band? Because I really love them.
I
Do you
love them
like?
too. I love them too. You know, I grew up listening to this kind of music. I think it was their, I think it was the third record or a second. Fire Down Under is one of my favorite records of all time. I love every song on there. You know, it's great. It's a great band. They had a great musicianship in there. And Mark Reilly, the songwriter, I think he died a few years ago, unfortunately, but he wrote fucking great songs. You know, I love them. And I also love the singer, Guy Speranza was the first singer, I think. And then later I had Mike DiMeo on the vocal. He's great too. I love them. Yeah, great band.
Did you meet Mark Reale in any time? Did you meet
No,
him?
no, there was no chance. He died too early. Sorry for that. I met Mike DiMeo a couple of times. Yeah, the
Okay.
last lead singer. Yeah.
Okay. As this is my first interview with you, I would like to know how did you start playing guitar when you were a kid? Because I would like to know your beginnings.
You know, you know, I saw Deep Purple perform on TV, on television, you know, and I said, "Whoa, that's cool. Who is that guy with a dressed in black, throwing his guitar around? You know, I want to be like this too one day." And it was my first thing, and I got my first acoustic guitar from my parents on my 12th birthday. I just couldn't play, you know. I said, bling, bling. I have to learn it. And then I went to a school with a private teacher for 9 months, and he teach me all the ground chords. This is the A, this is the B, this is C, whatever. And then he wants to write me down notes. You know, say, no, 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 I'm out of this. You know, I don't want to write music. I want to play music. You know, and the rest is self-teach. And then I got my first electric guitar. And then we had a school band together with 4 other guys, and we rehearsed one time a week in the cellar of a youth club. And yeah, that's how it grows. You know, yeah.
And you started listening to hard rock music since the
Oh
beginning?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Since the beginning, you know, when I was a very young kid, when I was 8, 9, or 10, in Germany we call it Schlager. I don't know if you heard from it in Spain. It's like it's kind of typical kind of German, this kind of music. And then
Mhm.
I saw Deep Purple, and it totally changed my mind, you know. And from that point on, I listened to Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Thin Lizzy, UFO with Michael Schenker, whatever, Uriah Heep, you know, all these bands, you know. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, did I say Rainbow? Of course, Rainbow, great
Uh,
band. Yeah.
we have the same likes. I
Okay,
like the
okay.
same one. Okay. And have you met any of your idols? I can imagine, for example, Ritchie Blackmore was one of
Yeah.
your idols back then. Have you met any of those of your idols when you were a kid? Have you met along your long career?
Oh, I met a lot of people, a lot of my idols. I met Michael Schenker several times. I met Uli John Roth, the guitar player, several times. I met the guys from the Scorpions several times. I mean, Rudolf Schenker is one of the greatest songwriters at all. You know, he's a good, very good rhythm guitar player. You know, I met him several times. Last time I think was last year. I met him 2 times last year. We had so much fun. We laughed together, and I met Ritchie Blackmore. The first time I think it was, oh, when was it? In the 90s, sometime in the 90s. He was somebody told me, "Oh, be careful, it's Ritchie Blackmore. You know, be careful what you say, otherwise you give him a punch." You know what? You know what? I met this guy. I was allowed to talk to him for 15 minutes. You know,
Wow.
yeah, but it turned out to be over an hour because he was so friendly and nice, and we really talked nice. You know, I could ask him a lot of questions about everything, and he answered everything. The next time I saw him, he couldn't be. But then the third time I met him, he was nice again. You know, so it depends on his mood on the day or whatever. I met who else here I met? Ronnie James Dio. You know, he was. We with our band with Axel Rudi Pell, we supported. We were the last band on the last Heaven and Hell tour they did in 2009. We were support band on the German tour, and I met Ronnie I think 30 years ago first time. He was always very nice and friendly to me. He was a great guy, very nice person. And you know, I remember that when we played in Berlin after the show, he said, "Axel, after the show, you come in my tent, in my dressing room, and we have a drink together." I said, "Yes." And I was there, we sat there for 2.5 hours, and we
Wow.
laughed, and he talked everything, Black Sabbath, Rainbow, everything. You know, he's a great guy. Unfortunately, he died way too early. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And what do you remember of the 80s when you were part of a Steeler? It was a crazy time back then.
Oh
Could
yeah.
you
You know, I see the Steeler years as my learning years. I learned a lot about the music business. The first time in a professional recording studio, I learned a lot about that. And yeah, you know, well, yeah, whatever.
So it was a crazy time.
It was definitely a crazy time. A lot of, you know, it was like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Nowadays, it's all gone. Because we're old. But back in those days, we practiced it. You know, a lot of chicks in there and a lot of drinks and whatever. Yeah, who cares?
All right. You have been telling me about you were supporting Heaven and Hell. It was almost Black Sabbath. I don't know if you
Yeah.
have listened to the today's news that Black Sabbath is going to reunite with Ozzy Osbourne for the last gig in Birmingham in July.
Again, I
Yeah,
didn't
just
know
one.
that. Okay.
So they are going to reunite for just one gig in Villa Park in Birmingham with
Okay.
a lot of bands playing Metallica, Pantera, Slayer, a lot of them. So,
Oh, okay.
what do you think about this last reunion?
I mean, they already had their last show in, I think, a couple of years ago in 2000. No, when was it? 17, I think it was the last show.
17, yeah.
Yeah. Well, why doing this again? I mean, they could do it. Maybe I think they don't need the money. They have a lot of money. So I don't know. It's up to them.
It's a benefit show. The money is not going to be for them.
Okay.
All right. Just the last question to finish the interview.
Yeah. Go
You're
to
a
the next.
you're a guitar player. You're coming back from the hard rock, staying the heavy metal. How do you see the bands from nowadays, the more modern bands actually? Do you think that the guitar is less important in today's metal styles? I don't know, maybe are the samples, the keyboards are more important?
You know what? I don't listen to this kind of new metal bands because they all suck, in my opinion. Now, when somebody say, "Hey, you have to listen to this new band," I give it a try. I say, "Well, there are no songs, they're bad riffing, there are no more solos, there's shit. The singer can't really sing, and it's all sucked. You know what? I'm out of this. Sorry."
So you don't like it at all?
I only like the classic bands. You know, since a couple of years, there's no new bands which I really say, "Wow, this is cool." I never heard of them. No, maybe Ghost. Ghost is a good band, but they're not that new. But whatever.
Do you still like to listen to the old bands, to the classic bands nowadays? Do you
Yeah,
listen to
sure.
them?
Definitely, definitely. Only once in a while, you know, I have Amazon Music on my on my computer. I say, "Hey, play the record by UIE, Sweet Freedom or whatever," and they say, "Wow, that's cool." Yeah.
Do you seek musical platforms or do you still use physical formats? I don't know, vinyl, CD,
Uh,
or
you know, when I hear a new record, when I have a chance to, and I love new record, then I buy the CD. If I only like two tracks, I download these two tracks, and that's enough for me. Then, you know, in the past, I mean, 20 years ago, when there was no Spotify, there was no internet, whatever, I bought a lot of CDs. You know, I still have them. I never sold them. I still have a CD player. You know what happened? I sent the last record. I sent to my friend Rudolf Schenker, the guitar player of the Scorpions. I sent it because I have this private address. I sent it home to him. And 1 week later, he called me on my cell phone. Said, "Hey, Axel, guess who it is?" I said, "Rudolf, where you know from?" I said, "Recognize your voice." He said, "Okay, okay. What can I do for you, Rudolf?" He said, "Axel, thank you so much for the CD, but I can't listen to it because I don't have a CD player anymore." I said, "Are you kidding me? What about? No. I have to find someone who puts it on a USB stick so I can listen to it." I said, "Okay, fair enough." Anyway, who cares? Yeah.
Okay. And just to finish the interview, I can imagine that you have been written more songs for an upcoming album because I can imagine that maybe you are going to release the next record next year, maybe.
Yes, I'm still working on that. Yeah, it will be great.
Can you advance me anything about the new record, the upcoming record?
I don't, no, I won't tell you anything. No. Too early.
Okay, Axel, it's been
Okay.
a pleasure, the interview. I don't know anything you want to mention that we haven't talked about.
I hope that there will be a lot of fans in Barcelona and Madrid when we're playing there in March. And yes, like I said, we give more than 100%. We have fun. You have fun. Everybody has fun. Yeah, baby.
Okay, thank you very much. It's really good, fun interview. Dankeschön. And
Thank
hope
you.
you have a very great shows here in Spain. All right.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
My